It was the first snowfall of December, and 6-year-old Tommy stared out the frosted window of his small home. The snowflakes danced in the moonlight, but Tommy's heart was heavy. His mother, whom he adored, was in the hospital. She was having a baby, and the doctor had said her condition was complicated. Tommy didn't know what that meant, but he could see it in his father's tired eyes. It wasn't good. "Daddy, can we visit Mommy tonight?" Tommy asked, his voice hopeful. "Not tonight, champ," his father replied softly, kneeling beside him. "She's resting, and the baby needs her to be strong." Tommy nodded, though his little heart ached. Every night he prayed the same prayer. Kneeling by his bed, his small hands clasped tightly, he whispered, "Please let Mommy and the baby be okay. All I want for Christmas is my family together again." Days turned into weeks, and Christmas Eve finally arrived. The house felt quiet, almost too quiet without the sound of his mother's laughter or her humming Christmas carols while baking cookies. His father tried his best, but even Tommy could see how worried he was. That night, Tommy knelt once again by his bed. Snow blanketed the world outside, making everything look peaceful. His voice trembled as he prayed, "Please God, I don't need presents or toys. Just let Mommy come home, and the baby too." Suddenly, his father appeared in the doorway, his face illuminated by the soft glow of the hallway light. There were tears in his eyes, but this time they were accompanied by a smile. "Tommy," his father said, his voice shaky, "get your coat. We're going to the hospital." The drive to the hospital felt like a dream. The city sparkled with Christmas lights, and the snow-covered streets seemed magical. When they arrived, Tommy's little heart raced as he held his father's hand tightly and walked into his mother's room. "Mommy," he cried, seeing her propped up in bed, her face pale but glowing with happiness. In her arms, wrapped in a soft blue blanket, was a tiny baby. "Tommy," she said weakly but lovingly, "meet your baby brother." Tommy's eyes widened as he stepped closer. The baby was so small, his little face scrunched up as if he were dreaming. Tommy reached out a careful hand to touch his brother's tiny fingers, which curled around his own. "He's perfect," Tommy whispered, tears streaming down his cheeks. His father placed a hand on his shoulder. "Mommy's gonna be okay too. The doctor said she's a fighter." Tommy turned to his mother, his chest swelling with a joy he'd never known. "I prayed every night, Mommy. I asked God to keep you and the baby safe." His mother smiled, tears glistening in her eyes. "And God heard you, sweetheart. This is our Christmas miracle." That night, back at home, the family gathered around the Christmas tree. The baby slept soundly in a bassinet nearby, and Tommy sat beside his mother, snuggled close. The tree twinkled with lights, and outside, the snow continued to fall. Tommy didn't need to open the presents under the tree. His heart was already full. His family was together again, and that was the greatest gift of all. As he drifted to sleep on the couch, his mother kissed his forehead. "Merry Christmas, Tommy," she whispered. "Merry Christmas," he murmured back, clutching her hand. And for the first time in weeks, all was calm and bright.